So it's me, your boy K Samson. Guess what? They never believe that God will add fertilizer to your life. The truth I will always tell you. A lot of people never believe that one day God will put a word, a salt into your life that will make the bitter to become sweet. Let's be real. If you plant a corn, you do it because that is what the work I do, both in Africa and here. I'm not ashamed of it because that is what provides my meal. I'm a farmer, both in Africa and here. I'm still a farmer. And I'm proud to be a farmer. God. So what am I trying to tell you is this: a lot of people never expect or thought that God will add a fertilizer into your life. All the thought is that you will never grow no matter how you try, because the truth is this: if you plant any corn, you did not add fertilizer. When I mean fertilizer, I'm not just talking about you put it like those days. If my dad give my mom fertilizer to go and spread, you just see my mom be doing it like this. And my dad would just say, "Ha! Amore mio." I got it to it. My dad would just say, Mama Samson, are you giving it to the gods or you are giving it to the crop? This one you spread here will be empty. Spread it. If you finish, you do what? We buy another one. Because what you give to the ground is what the ground will do. We give to you. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people never believe that God will add fertilizer into your life. Because the truth is this: if you have a farmland, either in your compound like this, like this place, you have a farmland. Let me show you where I'm talking about. Like this place now. You can see it like this garden. You have you have something like this in your home. Then you plant any crop. I'm not talking about this crop, corn, maize, cassava, etc. Any type of crop, and you decide not to add fertilizer. You got to understand that they have limits that they will grow, and they still have limitation when it comes to reproduction. So a lot of people never believe that God will add fertilizer into your life. Hey God, they never believe. So many of them now are shocked. How come you are growing? Because they never understand the secret beyond what God can do. All their thought is that as long as you are in that situation, as long as you are in that particular situation, as long as they know you as someone who cannot who cannot grow more than them, or they believe within themselves, they have that faith that you can't do exploit more than them, you can't excel more than them, you can't prosper more than them, you can't win more than them, you can't outwork them. But right now, as I'm telling you prophetically, right now as I'm telling you the real truth, many of them are shocked because they can't just understand why you outwork them. Many of them are devastated because they keep just imagining, how do you do it? Many of them keep imagining, how do you do it? How do you make it? What is the sources? But they don't know when they were plugging evil, when they were speaking evil against you, when they were talking bad about you. God was there watering and adding fertilizer into your business, add them fertilizer into your life, add them fertilizer into your marriage, add them fertilizer into your relationship, add them fertilizer into your life, add them fertilizer into academic, into your school, into your finance. They never understand that because they were busy focusing on your present situation, while God was busy focusing on your future. They were there busy focusing on your present, while God was there busy focusing on your future. Now that is why a lot of them are now devastated. How do you do it? How come suddenly you just become so successful overnight. Some of them will be like, you are using our destiny to shine. We know right from the beginning that your hand is not clean. We know that there is something about you. You can't tell us that you do all this thing by your own faith. You can't tell us that you do all this thing by your work. This is not your handwork. This is not your doing. You can't come here and be deceiving us. You are the reason why we are not progressing. You are wicked. You are wicked. We know it right from the beginning. We know it right from the beginning that we are wicked. You carry our destiny as if the destiny are in the basket. As if there's a place where they store their destiny, that you went to that place and carry. Some of them will be like, you are using our destiny. Can we share the blessing? Some of them will be like, you can't even know that our destiny is the part of all this your success. So for that reason, we need to be a partaker, not only the watcher. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are frustrated because all they wished is that you will never grow, that God will never add fertilizer, that God will never increase you, multiply you. But right now, many of them are frustrated because they are shocked how come you are growing so fast. Because it just been like overnight. There was a crop that I planted, in years back, if I can recall. So there was a crop that I planted. Then after I planted this crop, in some backyard, in our backyard, then I decided to abandon the crop, but I added some fertilizer. So when I get to that point, I call my mom. I say, Mom, come and see. How come this crop just grow like this? My mommy said the reason why it grow like this is because when you are just there, you leave it, you don't focus on it, you just forget it. That is how the crop automatically grow. You think it's not growing, but it's shock you. Why? Because what you never expect about the crop is what you are seeing. Believe me. I can also recall there was a yam that my dad, we have a very big land. So we planted a very big yam that year. So it come to a point where my dad was not, feeling okay. So I'm the only one who used to go to farm. Then it got to a point when my dad started to feel fine. He was tired. Then he decided to rest. So I was the one who used to go to farm. Then I can't control all the whole part. Then I used to go to one part. The next day, after like 2 weeks, I decided to visit the other side. When I reached there, what I saw was different from what I was expecting. All the whole yam have already grown. Some are bending. Some are doing like Jacqueline. Some are doing like Rainbow. Some are doing like Spider-Man. I went home and tell my dad. I said, Daddy, I don't understand though. The yam have already grown even more taller than me. He said, I know. I said that I know that you will abandon some and leave some. You know what I'm saying? So some people are shocked because they can't just figure out why you suddenly make it. Why you suddenly become successful overnight. It really paid them. Because they were busy watching your presence. While God was busy making road, adding fertilizer into your life that make you to grow like this. And that really frustrates them. Because that have never been their wish. Remain blessed.